Yeah. What's up, Chelsea Cutler fans? You know I rock with that Chelsea Cutler. Yeah. All right, guys. Legacy rankings pre the 2023-2024 season. I wanted to run through this. I kind of just wanted to get kind of see where everybody is at before we head into the season. Like, what's their legacy? I'm going to be ranking everyone's legacy. Just kind of wanted to show where everybody stands in the league up until this point. Okay. So hope that makes sense. I just want to kind of show, oh, wow, this person, they've had, 3 great seasons. They're looking good. Their legacy, their history in the league is great. They have great standing in the league. And then others, oh, they've played one season. It's been bad. They don't have much of a legacy. They don't have great standing in the league. So just wanted to kind of get that, perspective before we go into the season. Not applicable is Bobby / Camacho's team, 66% win percentage, 7,585 points. That team is counted on the app as the same. Any team Bobby has played on, which he played 2019 season, he managed his own team, and then Camacho took it over for these 2 seasons, and then they kind of split that season, the last year, obviously. But this team is a tank. I mean, if one of them had actually managed this team, it would be an easy number 1 for best legacy, but it's not, because neither, Camacho quit, obviously has probably the worst legacy in the history of the league now that he quit the way he did. He no social score because it's 2 of them. I don't want to put that on there. I'm predicting that Bobby will pick Christian McCaffrey 2nd overall, and I'm predicting that Bobby's stock is going down this season. I don't think he'll be 2nd in the league. I think he'll be much lower than that, and we'll get into that later. 11th is Logan, only played 1 season, 35% win rate. Has the worst points for in the league, obviously, because he played 1 season. So he's got pretty much nothing in terms of legacy. He was 11th place last year. I would say his social score is a C. Could probably be a B- because he does come to stuff. So that's great. So I probably shorted him a little bit, but he hasn't done his punishment yet. So I figured that kind of hurts his social score as well. Yeah, he's not a big talker in the chat, mostly because if he were to talk, he'd get roasted. So I get that. I think he'll be better this year because, he couldn't really get worse than last year. Eckler, I presume he will take with the 5th pick because I think he'll be there for Logan. Ashton, 32% win percentage, 9th worst or best, however you want to look at it. Points rank, so he has the 9th best points for in the league. He's played 2 seasons, came in 8th and 12th, so that's pretty pitiful. Only person that's been worse is Logan, and Logan has a better win percentage, but Logan not doing his. It's close between Logan and Ash, but I'm gonna stick with how I have it. I think Ash has a little bit better of maybe they're probably about the same in social score. I kind of think I messed that one up. Ash doesn't really come to stuff very often, I don't believe. But also Ash, I don't know. The Logan not doing his punishment yet kind of bumps him down on social score, and Ash is a little bit more active in the chat, I'd say. So I think that's fair. But I think Ash will take Jamar Chase 3rd round. That's that. Dylan with the 9th best legacy, I guess we'll say. He's coming into the season not on the biggest hot streak. 2020 he was 9th, 2021 9th, 2022 6th, so it's not been good. 39% win percentage, 8th best points for. And I would say he has a C- social score. I'm not saying anything in the chat. I'm pretty sure he has it muted. I don't think he's, participated much so far. Doesn't seem like he's prepared for the season. So I also, that's another factor for Dylan. I don't think he's prepared for the season. He's got a lot on his mind. Not blaming him. Just saying I think that he's not super into it. So I would say he has the 9th best, whatever, the ninth best standing in this league. If you're looking, back at the history books, I think, Dylan would be kind of a side note compared to some of the other heavy hitters in this league. Eighth, I would say Alec, 49% win. He has the seventh best points for in the league. He's played 4 years, so that helps him. He technically made playoffs, won sixth in the first year, eighth, seventh, ninth, been pretty pitiful. Alec is a dark stain or black stain or whatever you want to say on the league. He's staying on the league. I mean, he has not been very good. His social is way bad, doesn't say anything, doesn't do anything. So his social's way down there. I put here in other factors that kind of hurts his legacy is he quits whenever he loses, and he's way too quick to accept defeat. He'll lose 2 games and he'll just be tanking for next year, doing that whole thing. So he's, eighth best. I think he's a little bit better than Dylan because, he does win more than Dylan significantly, and he's got another year under his belt. So, yeah, not great, but better than Dylan, Ashton, and Logan in terms of legacy. I think he will take Chubb, and I think he will be even worse than ninth, hence my downward arrow. Dylan's going down too. I got Ash going up because he was 12th. So I didn't mention that Ash is on the uptick a little bit. Dylan downtick, or Alec even more downtick. We got Will with the 7th best legacy. Now he had a good first year. His 1 year is way better than Alec or Dylan's or any of their years. Will's only had 1 year, but it's way better than the other guys there. 50% win percentage, not bad. Points for, pretty good, but it's 11th, obviously, because he's only played 1 year. 5th, he's got a great social game, A-, great social game. Can't really say anything bad about his social game. It just isn't as good as some of the others. So, I think he'll take Justin Jefferson first. I think he's on the uptick. I think he could be 3rd or 4th next year, maybe 2nd. So I think he's doing good. He's been pretty prepared this offseason, super into the league. So I'm proud of him, and I think that he will. I think he's going to be higher on this list in a couple of years in terms of legacy. Sam is 6th, which is being generous. I would say because he's played 4 seasons and he's done pretty good in the 4 seasons. He has the 4th most points scored. 47% win is not bad. He came in 10th this year, and then 4th 2 years, and then 8th. He has obviously the worst social score in the league by far, not even close. Didn't run his 40 this year after a lot of heat, mainly coming from me. And so you'd think he'd bounce back. You'd think he'd be like, hey, let me show these guys I'm all in. Didn't bother to run a 40. So that is not helping his case. Oh, yeah, I think he's taking CD. 5th best is Connor. Okay, Connor is coming into the season pretty good, coming off a huge game. And now Connor's spot was hard for me to put because he had, 2 pretty crap seasons. And then he's got the 10th most points. It's, 3rd to last or whatever you want, second, 3rd to last. His points ranking thing is bad. So it's a little controversial. 39% win. That's not good. And then, he was 6th in this first year, 10th, and then first had a great year. His social score is an A. His social score is great. I thought Con or Sam, because Sam obviously has much, way more points and much better win percentage. But I think overall, Sam's social score really brings him down, and Sam really hasn't had a great season, whereas Connor's had 1 great season. So I just feel like his team's a little bit more memorable, or his, his career in this league's been more memorable. I think he'll take Bijan with the 9th pick, but I think Connor's going down from that first spot, hence my down arrow. I think he's on, the down tick going into this upcoming year. Hunter with the 4th, 56%, solid, 6th most points scored, pretty good, not bad. He's an OG, been here all 4 years, gone seventh, the second's a good season, the sixth, the seventh. So he's been pretty good. I don't know why that seven's green. That should be red because he didn't make playoffs. So that's my bad. Um, but the thing that sets Hunter's legacy above the others is his social scores an A, and he's a good commissioner for the most part. And so I feel like he deserves the fourth best legacy in this league. Um, he will be remembered. There's no doubt about it. I think he's taking digs with the eighth pick. I'm basing that off of something he told me once. Connor, I should say this, Connor loves Bijan, is an Atlanta Falcons, crackhead, I'll say. He's taking Bijan, maybe Saquon, because I know he's a big Saquon guy too, but we'll see. Doug, third best. I didn't, whatever. Doug, third best legacy in the league, 54%. Fifth most points scored, pretty good. Second, came in second 1 year, fifth 1 year, third, and then eighth. He's won a championship, which bumps him up. I mean, the banners fly forever, as a lot of people say. Doug's won a championship. He will be remembered. He has been a solid player in this league. He's got a championship, had a few good years, solid points for. I think Doug deserves the third spot on this list. His social game is an A minus. Probably should be a B minus, or a B. He talks a lot. A lot of it's really toxic, though. So social game's a little off, in my opinion. But no doubt he's there for a lot of stuff. So I think A minus is fair. So much, he's into it. So I'll give him a good score. I think he's on the uptick. I think he's going to be better than eighth this year. And I think he's taking Saquon because basically I saw him do it in one mock draft. And so that's why I said that. Greg, number 2, 60% win percentage. Points for is second best in the league. He was first 1 year, a legendary season. He didn't make the playoffs, and then he made the playoffs the next 2 years. Had a good season last year. Is third. He's right in there. I think he'll be about third place this year, hence my arrow kind of going like this. His social score is good. Can't complain. He could, I guess, talk a little more, but yeah, can't complain. He annoys me sometimes in the chat. And yeah, let us use the house for the draft. So that's awesome. And I think he'll take Tyreek Hill with the fourth pick because reason I think that, Doug told me he doesn't like running backs this year because normally I think he'd take Eckler, but apparently he doesn't like running backs. I saw him take Tyreek Hill one time in a mock draft, and I think Tyreek Hill's sick. So that's why I think he's doing that. No surprise here. Cameron, first pick, or, number 1. And I know people are going to say I'm biased. I don't really think it's debatable that I have the best legacy so far. 58% win percentage. That's good. Not as, slightly below Greg's. My points for is good. Very good. Third best in the history. I've made playoffs every year, and I've never been below fourth. I mean, that's pretty good. Fourth, third, second, fourth. I mean, that's a pretty, I'm a contender every year. My social score is through the roof. I do these videos. I try to get Sam kicked out for the league. I do a lot for this league. So, yeah, I do a lot. I make great trades. So yeah, social score A plus. Not telling you who I'm going to pick. And I have 2 championships to put on top of that. So contender every year. Solid numbers up here, and I've won 2 championships. I think that deserves me the first spot in the legacy rankings. I got an uptick arrow because I think I am on the rise. I think I'll be better than fourth this year. We got hot seat rankings here. Just want to do a few things. Who is on the hot seat? Who could be out next year? I think these 4 right here are on the hot seat. Sam for obvious reasons. Alec for obvious reasons. I could totally see. I think it's probably more likely than not Alec and Sam are out next year. Dylan, I could see being out just because of, doesn't seem to be as invested. I think if he has a bad season this year, he's kind of on the hot seat. He could be gone. Logan, he is already, frustrated with the league. He was frustrated last year. He's frustrated with the fact that he didn't do well. He's frustrated, when people were coming at him hard that one time. So I could just see one more bad year of Logan, and like one more bad year for Logan, and maybe some people making fun of him. It could just blow the top. He's right there on the edge. Bobby, Bobby, Ashton, and Will, I don't think are going anywhere. But if I had to pick some other people, that's kind of how I think that might happen. Just because Ashton's got stuff going on. Will's only been in for a year, and Bobby's, already quit once on the league, so I could see that happening. And then me, Greg, Doug, Hunter were solidified. I'd say Hunter just because he is the commissioner. There's no chance he leaves. Doug, because the Doug and Hunter relationship, there's no chance that's going anywhere. Plus, Doug, loves fantasy, and then me, Greg, it's self-explanatory, but. First round draft expectations. This is just a recap, kind of what I already said in the chat, or not in the chat, in the previous slides. I think Jefferson to Will, CMC to Bobby, Chase to Ash. Ash thinks he's slick, picking the third pick so he could get Chase because he doesn't want CMC. Tyreek Hill to Greg, Eckler to Logan. I'm not telling you. Cup to Dylan. Diggs to Hunter, Bijan to Connor, Saquon to Doug, Chubb to Alec. Alec loves Chubb. He's called him a man bear pig on many occasions. And then CD to Sam. And then lastly, this is how I think the season will kind of roll out here. Me, number 1 at 11-3. Hunter, I'm high on Hunter this year. Talk to him. Seems like he's really into it. Seems like he knows what he's doing. 10-4. Greg, 9-5. Will, I think, will be right there. I think he'll be better. 8-6. Doug, 8-6. Con, 7-7. Kind of barely squeezing in there with these other guys. Will and Logan. Whoa. I put Will twice. I think Will be in the playoffs, so that's probably supposed to be. I don't have Sam in there. Okay, so let's just bump Logan to 7, barely missing, doesn't really matter. Ash to 9, Dill to 10, whatever. You guys get what I'm saying here. Bobby 4-10, Alec, will be bad, and then Sam will also be bad. Sam's missing the playoffs here, but mainly it's Will, Logan, Ashton, Sam, Dylan, Bobby missing playoffs, while Con, Doug, I said, Will making the playoffs, Greg, Hunter, Cameron. Will, I think you're making the playoffs. That's all I'm going to say. Will is making it. It's Con, Doug, Will, Greg, Hunter, Cameron making the playoffs. And that's it, boys. All right, we got the draft